Welcome to Gaming Fin, your channel for everything related to the gaming industry and the financial market. So today we have a portfolio update. So this is a real portfolio. So of course it's not the only stocks I have. This would be not so smart from a diversification point of view, but this is my gaming portfolio. And I have some interesting titles here I want to talk about in this video. As you can see, my friends, not a lot has changed actually in the overall performance or gains and losses. Also daily there was not a big change on Friday, but we are now at 64,741 US dollars. And as you can also see, my friends, my biggest position is Microsoft. Why do I count Microsoft as a gaming company? Obviously Microsoft is I mean, it's now 3 trillion US dollars, so it's the biggest company I think now in the world. So they're bigger now than Apple, if I understood this correctly. So well, yeah, I mean, I have to count them. So I think I have to count them. Otherwise, I can also take other companies out. Yeah, so Microsoft now, also with Activision Blizzard, is a gaming company for me. 152% up, so around about 12,000 US dollars in the plus. So that's obviously my best position here. So it's also overall in my general portfolio with 152%, one of my best positions. And hey, I'm not selling. I'm really not selling Microsoft. I stay with Microsoft. It's simply amazing what they pull off here. So it's crazy. Also in this video, my friends, we can look at some charts, but the next one is then Take-Two. I had always Activision Blizzard, so I was forced to sell them to Microsoft, if you remember correctly. So now my second biggest position is Take-Two, and Take-Two is now also in the positives with $167. So I wish I would have bought more when they were at $100. I knew they're coming back, so, and I knew also I think also there is still some room to run in the up in view actually of GTA 6 when it comes then out. Also CD Projekt Red, my friends, also 10% position, unfortunately 43% down. That's really bad for around about $5,000. So I hope that we can see some improvements here soon. 184 zlotys is my average price, so maybe I'm averaging down a little bit. I show it later to you on the charts. And then we have Ubisoft here, 31 euros is my average price. Yeah, around about 4,500 now market value, but also down 35%. And the next one is Corsair and Unity. So Corsair probably I could actually average down a little bit, since I'm now over 50% down, and Unity I'm almost 60% down. But on the other hand, I already lost so much on those stocks in general. So therefore, there's always the question, when is averaging down, when it makes sense? When does it make sense? Sometimes you just average down too early, and then a big position is actually falling even more. And then you tell me now, put your stop loss in, mister, put your stop loss in, or make a hedge or whatever. Guys, I mean, it sounds good in theory, but stop losses made actually more bad to me than they did some good. Then also here, Focus Home, we have some news, going to talk about this also here in this video. So it's now 42% down, 42%, my God, this was my conviction position, but it seems that the other investors, institutional investors, are not so happy about Focus. But on the other hand, this is now also down 2.66%, when actually the French stock market was massively up. The CAC 40, they say it was up because LVMH, so Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, was up like 13%, which is crazy. So bad. I mean, the question is, do I think Focus Home goes bankrupt because of the debt they have? I don't think this is going to happen. I mean, they have some interesting games in their portfolio. So what is probably more possible, that someone comes in at one point when the acquisition, when the buyouts are starting again. This means also when interest rates go down, that someone might simply, some other company thinks, let's snatch Focus Home, put it in our portfolio, and then yeah, let's say they would buy it out now for 20 euros. For 20 euros, then I would of course lose money. So Square Enix 5.47% in my portfolio. So they're coming back a little bit. So it's Square Enix now here in euros, because I bought them in Frankfurt. So small position. Actually, I wanted to have a little bit bigger position. Let's see if they continue falling. Then Team 17, the worms makers, you know them guys. So they are now finally positive in my portfolio. So it's nice to see that over 1,325 pounds up. So that's pretty cool. So I bought some more when they were way more down. So that's good to see. Embracer Group on Friday a bit up, but overall we still around about the 21, 22 Swedish krona. So I obviously here I averaged down too fast. So as you can see, therefore I'm 62% down. That hurts actually on a position that was quite a big position overall. So then you see Frontier. That's what you see here. The value actually it's now like the value is under 1,325 pounds. My Embracer. But with Embracer, we can also talk a little bit more about this a bit later in this video if you like. With Embracer, of course, the question is if the restructuring works and if they're not completely destroying all those developer studios, if they're not selling them out, if they're not laying off the people, closing studios. So, but it doesn't look so good at the moment for Embracer. Let's be honest here. Frontier is also interesting, so I have to have a bit more to say a little bit later. So here I think it might be interesting to buy some more actually. So hey, no financial advice. I'm just a YouTuber, retail investor, gamer, whatever, but seriously, I'm not a financial advisor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Please don't buy anything in this video. Chinese stocks came a bit back, so Tencent holding a small position for me. Overall, it's also a small position, but also in the gaming portfolio. Well, I mean, it's Chinese stocks, so normally I hold myself back from those stocks. Then Bigben Interactive here, I think it might be interesting to average down a little bit more. So I did it over the time, so that I'm standing now at €4.57, and the stock actually also came back a whole euro. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can actually come back to the 4 or 5 euros. Digital Bros, my friend, is now at 10.50, so they got hurt very much as well. So that's actually a stock I really think averaging down would make sense. That's because still my position is not too big, and I think they are accelerating at those 10 euros. Playtika, I was actually surprised that Playtika was falling further. I was averaging down as well a little bit here. So if they go to $6-5, then I might buy some more. But at this point now, I'm not doing anything. So Paradox Interactive is also interesting stock from Sweden. You all know Paradox. So the question here with Paradox is, can we hold those 200 Swedish krona? So also small position right now. Might buy some more if they fall a bit more. Playway still in the plus. So but not a lot to say. It's a small position, still in the plus. It's not really visible here. Also Nacon is still a small position for me. I didn't really buy so much, but here, let's say for €1.50 for Nacon, I could imagine to buy also a little bit more, not a lot. So always diversify, especially with stocks like Nacon, where I could also imagine that they really go bankrupt now in the next 1-2 years. So simply it's possible. Like also Focus Entertainment with that they have everything is possible. Hey, that's investing, guys. So therefore you are therefore you have, for example, 61% of your gaming portfolio in Microsoft and 12% in Take-Two, because you never know what happens with those small companies. Let's be honest. So Nexon 12% down now. That's definitely a stock that looks very interesting, but also here averaging down can make still some sense. CI Games the same. So they also going to talk about the chart a little bit later, but here I definitely see CI Games as a very interesting company if they go back to one Polish zloty, 150 Polish zloty. So those are the points where I think it might be interesting. Buy some. Of course, I'm not buying at 150 or one sharp, so obviously I buy a little bit around that. So Bloober is amazing. I mean, Bloober is one of those stocks. They just have an amazing run up because also they have a great portfolio of games, And then they made like the medium, Layers of Fears, etc. and the next Silent Hill too. So Silent Hill is going to be their masterpiece. Everyone's waiting for this game. So 61% up. Unfortunately, my position when I was buying it, it was like always the idea, just buying like for like €300, $300, and then again for 300 when they're falling. Otherwise, I'm just letting them run because I don't like to actually buy into the strength. So that's simply not my strategy. But everyone has a strategy. So also Capcom here, for example, would have been interesting to buy a little bit more on the strength. But still, I'm up now 11%. Unfortunately, if they would, I have an order. If they fall, I have an order in to buy some more. As you can see here, 20.41. Ah, okay, that's funny. So I have an order in, so also to get this position actually to $1,000. That's my plan. Bloober, I would also like to have like a $700 or $1,000 position, and see iGames. I could also imagine actually having like a 800 or 700 position. Then we have DontNod Entertainment. So the chart, you have to check out the chart, guys. So unfortunately, this stock falls a lot, but I think at one point this stock is going to be so cheap that it's really a candidate to be acquired by another bigger company, or that there's simply a rebound. So because they still make games, they still sell their old games. Hey, those guys still exist. DontNod Entertainment is still a company that actually makes good games and sells those games. So I don't understand why they're constantly just falling. So SNAIL, they made Asunder, also very interesting stock, as you know. Yeah, now 20% down. It was at one point, it was going up nicely. So, but I think now we might go to the 60 cents. That's all possible. So maybe I'm averaging down here a little bit. Then another stock that's holding itself very well. So here I'm a bit reluctant. So I like Remedy. I like actually the long-term perspective. So if they go now for me into the minus, then I start thinking about averaging down, because I can't exclude this now. And if I would buy now, I think we're not at the point where it would make sense actually to buy some more. So I mean, I bought it when I bought Remedy Entertainment. I just wanted to have the foot in the door, so I just wanted to have a position in them and wanted to average down. So a little bit like SNAIL or DontNod. Therefore, I'm not doing anything now here, except if they fall now like 10% in the minus for me, then I'm starting to average a bit down. Starward Industries, 130, 50 zlotys, I think, on the top. I was like over 130% up, so I was not selling it. I thought like, yeah, that's totally normal. So in the up run to the release of the Invincible, yeah, well, what shall I say? So Starward Industry, I mean, they got completely killed on the way down. It's now also under the overall position is now under 300 years, but also here you see I lost money on the stock. So I might imagine actually if we go like to 5 to 10 zlotys, then I think I am going to buy some more and just hope that we're going to see a nice run up when they're going to maybe announce another game. So 9% up. So I mean, obviously, the stock is extremely volatile, my friends. Thunderful Group, also one of those gaming companies. They're just falling like crazy since they went also public in the bubble in 2022. So yeah, small position now, 50% down. So might be interesting actually when I'm at 50 or when I'm at 60, 70% down to average a little bit down if I believe that they will survive. So those are actually stocks like Thunderful, ENAD Group, Starbreeze, Ultimate Games. Yeah, I think I can count them as well to those games. So Starward Industries. So those are the stock that I can think they actually could disappear completely this year. So would a Digital Pros or Frontier disappear, Embracer disappear? So meaning disappearing, like going bankrupt or being just bought very cheap by another company. But hey, they're all laying off massively at the moment. At the moment, no one is going to acquire those companies. They don't even want to have those IP brands anymore. I mean, Embracer is just canceling projects. Embracer doesn't even want to have the IP brands anymore. So let's look at some charts. So CD Projekt again, guys. I mean, I mean, an order at 80, 80, 82, 83 Polish zloty makes sense, to be honest. It makes sense. I mean, then you just go to the low from last year in October. And if we get some more information about Witcher 4, I can imagine that we go back like 100% then. So everything is possible. So obviously this stock has been battered so hardly. So people are simply going to say, nah, I don't want to invest in this anymore. Even because now it had a nice run up on Phantom Liberty, on some good momentum. But still, now it's down. So people are not really making money with it. So, but here I say, I think there's still a lot of potential. So CD Projekt, if they're not going to be acquired, so this would be really one of the companies that like the really big other firms could acquire. But like this, if they stay independent company, continue with their games, continue with the Witcher series, with the Cyberpunk series. So I can see them actually. I can actually see them after I played a lot of Cyberpunk. I can see them going back up to the 400 the Polish zlotys in another upturn, in another bubble, in another gaming industry bubble. What we have to see is a gaming industry bubble, of course. So when it's coming, I can't tell you. If it's coming, I can't tell you. So, so this was a gaming industry bubble around the 0 years, 2007, 8. This was a gaming industry bubble. And then the big crash, and then you can see Ubisoft was falling to €2.60. So here, this in 2022, 28, this was a gaming industry bubble here, guys. Gaming industry bubble. And then Ubisoft fell massively, and they really have a problem to come back. Then the discussion about the gaming subscription we had, they're just doing it wrong. They're just doing it wrong at the moment. I don't even know if the game Skulls and Bones shall come, if the Avatar game was a successor. I mean, Palworld comes out and it is killing just all of the other games. And then you have Ubisoft creating those very expensive AAA games. And Palworld comes out in early access, and it's just killing it. So that's a bit sad actually to see. So you can also make the chart like that, then it looks less scary, or you make the chart like this, then it looks like wow, crazy. So always a matter of perspective. Therefore, don't rely only on a technical analysis. Also look on the substance of some stocks. But market capitalization is now 2.59 euros, so kind of small. So what am I doing now? I think I bought actually a little bit more recently, and I think it would be interesting. I see, but here's a strong support now. Here's a very strong support. But if this breaks, guys, 11 euros. 11 euros, so 50% down from where we are. And then it gets very interesting. Then it gets very interesting. If you still believe that Ubisoft exists in 5 to 10 years, then this is very interesting. So if it's going to happen, we don't know. We don't know, my friend. So here, Embracer, also want to quickly talk about this chart. Embracer, as you can see here, so we broke through everything. We broke through everything, and now we are starting to find some support here, 17-18 euros. We tried to get over the 30 euros, but then from the highs in July last year, but we didn't manage now in December, so we were falling back. So I think we still go back to the 18 euros. I mean, if the overall market situation gets worse, we go back to the 18 euros, and then we might even go back to 10, not euros, Swedish krona. So everything is possible here. But at one point, even Embracer, now 29 billion. Yeah, at one point, I think it's also around about 3 to 3 billion US dollars. So at one point, even Embracer, my friends, is going to be too cheap for what they have to offer with their IPs. I mean, they have some cool games to offer. Then we have here the chart of Frontier. I mean, look at this chart. This is the max chart, Frontier in GBX. Guys, I mean, it looks terrible, doesn't it? I mean, this looks really terrible. We have a market cap now of 61 million British pounds only. So let's see what happened here now in the last in the last month. So 30% up. So some people could have made money that bought into the low, but you never know if it's really the low. But I also bought a little bit more, I have to admit. So I think it's so much negativity in Frontier that we can actually start looking. I hope that it's getting better. So yeah, revenue. If you look here at the revenue, so revenue is down to last year 47.7 million pounds to 57.1 million pounds. Adjusted EBITDA loss. Then we have a loss. Overall, have a loss. And the revenue is down, so that's maybe an important element that you can say. Also, some more information on Frontier. So operating profit before restructuring is also minus compared to a profit of 6.9 before. As you can see in cash balance, cash balance is way more down from last year. So also to 17.1 billion. Then operational strategic update. Frontier shifted focus back to creative management simulation, so CMS they call them, games due to anticipated failure in diversifying its portfolio. So they wanted to diversify their portfolio, but they should just stay what they know best. So like the theme park games. So 3 future CMS games confirmed for release in each of the next 3 financial years. So some games are coming, because I was wondering what games do they have? But they have now 3 games confirmed. So organizational review undertaken to reshape the company and reduce annual operating costs. So yeah, reducing costs is always a good thing. So sales in late November to early January were in line with revised expectations. 2 successful PC games are planned to come to consoles by the end of 24, and revenue adjusted EBITDA guidance for 24 remains unchanged. Then we have financial performance. Revenue decline attributed to lower than expected sales from new games releases. Gross profit margin boosted to 69% due to the subscription fees and product mix. So that's nice to see. Operating loss primarily due to impairment charges, higher amortization, and lower development cost capitalization. Well, that's something we have to go into detail, of course. Adjusted EBITDA reflects reduced gross profit and increased cash operating cost. So yeah, it's a lot of information here. So I already went through it and wrote down a little summary. So cash balance, I talked about this. Cash receipts from December sales expected then in January, February. And the CEO, Johnny Watt, says acknowledge challenge in 23 and thanked the team for their efforts during the period, and now you're fired. Just kidding, guys. So confidence expressed in the renewed focus on CMS games, so management games, excitement expressed for upcoming console releases, and progress on other management games than for 25. So they have something in the portfolio. So actually, guys, so they wanna bring some games. Let's say their focus back to what they know best. That's with Planet Zoo, with Planet Coaster, Elite Dangerous, or Jurassic World. Yeah, why wouldn't they go back to maybe 500, or let's say 700 sterling or British pound? I think you say sterling actually in the financial world. So all is possible. So maybe there's a chance now. Maybe there's a real chance now with Frontier development. So I'm not saying you should now buy. Definitely not. I mean, this stock can also go bankrupt. But I think you should look a little bit deeper into those information here. So this might make some sense. Yeah, then we have CI Games. So the Polish stock, 335 million Polish zloty is the market cap. So that's very small. So they have lots of the Fallen, and lots of the Fallen had a terrible release, to be honest, and I didn't even buy it myself, the game. I'm buying it on sale someday. But they, in general, the quality of the game is good, and people are happy with the game, especially after the recent updates. So, but here I expect the stock at least going back to this range. So 1 150. And before, I'm not averaging now down further. But at this point, then I could actually imagine to buy some more. So around here, I buy some more, and then around 1 zloty I buy some more. So, and I think it's very much possible that that I will make money of it, but before I'm not buying more. And of course 50 0.5 Polish zloty, how you say that's how we say to the tiny zloty, so I don't even know that. That's funny. So, and then the next one is Focus Entertainment, my friends. Yeah, Focus Entertainment, 16 euros. 16 euros, what shall I say, guys? I mean, it's crazy. So we have now a market cap of a little bit more than 100 million. I mean, I could just look at the chart and say, like, I mean, I was buying here at 40 euros. And yes, I was stupid buying that 40 euros. I really thought, like, oh, they're holding quite nicely up here. They're going up again, actually. So I really thought they, in 2022, actually, this is one of the stocks they're not going to have this breakdown. But in the end, the breakdown came, and we were falling from 2022, 73%. And then we were actually at 13 euros, and I bought some more. I had like 50 shares I bought at 13 euros. So I had a limit order in, and the limit order has had really problems actually to execute here, so it had to go twice down to execute. So that's actually funny to see with limit order. So it means at 13 euros here, now it went actually under 13 euros. It went then under, but very shortly. So at some point, you see here was strong buying power. So that's very strong, very strong support. You can see this here. So I mean, 12 euros. So now I have a 12, around 12 euros. I have another order in. So please, guys, don't do this. Don't do this. So I really think Focus Entertainment is at the point where when the next games are not going to be successful, and if Space Marines is not coming out soon, well, I'm also not so positive than on Focus anymore. So they were my conviction company. So, but here you can see, guys. So look at it. So, I mean, buying now, and you believe that the company is not going bankrupt, then there is a lot of upside. So a lot of upside. Even if we go back to the 20 euros, you make some money actually. So, and I mean, that's important. So you don't, if you buy it now, you don't have to wait until it goes to 70 euros. Maybe it's never going to happen again. Maybe it will always stay around 20 euros, around 15 euros. So if it's not going bankrupt. So I'm saying this. So, and this is not financial advice, guys. I have to say it. I mean, if I talk about the stock and I talk a little bit about my trades, then I have to really tell you, my friends, that of course, I don't know what's really going to happen. So 2023-24 third quarter revenue, 43 million. 9-month revenue came to 128 million, down 9%. Banisher, Ghost of New Eden, and Expedition Mudrunner game to be released now in the fourth quarter, so soon. And then, yeah, they asked to become Pull-Up Entertainment, Pull-Up Entertainment. This name is so stupid. This name is so stupid, and that's actually for me a reason, would be a reason to sell the stock. Let's be honest. So I mean, why would you call Focus Entertainment Pull-Up? So this is such a stupid name. So I really don't like it, guys. I really don't like it. Yeah, if we look here a bit at the numbers, so the back catalog is doing well, almost 30 million. The catalog now 9 million, others around 5 million. So therefore we have the revenue, but the revenue is down 43%, and that's crazy. Why? Why is the revenue down, guys? No, honestly, why is it down? So mostly because of catalog, back catalog being okay. For the first 9 months, Focus Entertainment report total revenue down 9% on the first 9 months of the previous year. So I had this already. Back catalog performance was solid in this year of transition, and the group is repaying the rewards of its strategy of creating and offering a lineup with attractive recurrent content, with sales of 30 million euros, up 45%. So there were no major game releases during the quarter. while the third quarter of the previous year benefited from successful launches of Plague Tale Requiem and Evil West. Okay, that's the reason. Activity during the quarter was driven in particular by Insurgency, Sandstorm, Requiem, SnowRunner, Atomic Heart. At the Steam Awards, fully released My Time at Sandrock, as well as Train Sim World and Chants of Senna. Chants of Senna had very, very good critics. Very, very good critics. Revenue for the quarter includes, for the first time, the activity of the newly formed audiovisual production platform Scripteam. Revenue for the quarter includes, so how much did this make? How much did Scripteam make? Like-for-like revenue, excluding the contribution of Dovetail and Scripteam, was 31 million. Then we have 84% of the group sales were made via digital partners, so nothing new, and international sales, of course. Major releases to mark the end. Here, Banisher Ghost of Eden is coming, very important. Expedition Mudrunner and Atomic Heart DLC, and a new organization to support the group's development. So this is now important, guys. So therefore I have to read this, but I could also make an extra video about this, but I decided just to make one big weekend video now where you get all the information. So then chairman appointed Geoffroy Sardin to take the reins of deputy chief of executive officer of all of Focus Entertainment business after a 25-year career at Ubisoft. We talked about this. On foot of this appointment, the board of directors, which met today, decided to redraw the group's organization to mark a new transformative stage in its development around three complementary activities. So firstly, a plan to spin off the group's historical publishing activity, to which the board of directors agreed in principle. So agreed in principle does mean that it's agreed yet. Activity would then become Focus Entertainment Publishing. So we're going to get a spin-off of the publishing service, Focus Entertainment Publishing. So, I mean, Focus Home Interactive, Focus Entertainment. They're changing their names very often, so that's a bad sign. A division dedicated to the publishing of independent games and retro gaming, comprising .emo, the arcade crew, which will be managed by Cyril. And then we're going to have the Studios division, so which includes the 7 creative studios, Dex 13, Strömont, 12th, 10th, Lycia Studio, Black Mill, Dovetail, and Carpool. Okay, now I get it, what they want to do. So subject to approval by the shareholders, who will be convened to combined general meeting on the 28th of February. So I'm a shareholder, haha. And then it's delighted to announce that these 3 divisions will be brought together under a new umbrella brand. So the umbrella brand will be Pulip Entertainment. So we still have Focus Entertainment Publishing. Then we have, the Studios division, and we have like the retro games division. How do they call them? And everything together, Pulip Entertainment. It's not really clear. So aims to accelerate organic growth, profitability, cash flow, blah blah. Agree. DD was also proposed. Independent director. So okay, I had this already. Then major release planned now for 24 and 25. First half of now the next fiscal year is going to be an enhanced version of Atlas Fallen. Recently voted best development studio in Germany. Wow, not that there are really a lot of studios. Together with live update throughout the year for players of Expedition, Mudrunner, Void Crew, and Atomic Heart, and Arcade Crew.emu's publishing label will continue early access to cross-splits. Dovetail the year will see the launch of several new games and the continued growth of the award-winning Train Sim World and Train Simulator Classic series. Through the steady delivery of additional content, Blackmail Studio, for its part, will continue to invest in its latest creation in the multiplayer shooters segment, Isonzo. And an adaptation of the famous Metal Slug franchise. So Metal Slug Tactics will launch. That's cool. By .emu. So I think it's the old game. So that already exists. That's the most important game. The Space Marines 2 will be released on the 9th of September. Game's already ranked 15 on the Steam platform. And then, and then other major titles are expected. It's John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. I really think that looks very cool. So, there was a link, you see. Toxic, Saber Interactive. That's really cool. So, in my capacity as chairman, CEO, and leading shareholder supported by an expanded management team, I fully support Focus Entertainment long-term strategy. The new organization comprising 3 divisions aims to structure the group so that it can successfully pursue a trajectory that enables it to achieve its growth and profitability ambitions, says the CEO. Oh my god, yeah, what shall I say? I like the name, Focus Entertainment. J'aime le nom. I like the name, guys. I really like the name. Why are they changing it? So, but if it helps the stocks, Mr. Orange is also happy. All right, guys. So with that, I'm leaving it here. It was a long video. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you watched it completely and you're not subscribed yet, then guys, you have to subscribe, because I mean, you watched a video of 35 minutes, me talking to the world, sharing a bit my experience, the way how I invest in gaming companies. So this would be great. And then also, not financial advisor, my friends. I'm just a gamer, YouTuber, retailer, investor myself. So everything you see in this video here, don't do it. Don't copy me. You will probably lose the same amount of money as I do. If you want to lose money, then please copy me, because at the moment, you see, I'm very much in the negative. But hey, my hopes are here. My hopes are there. I don't know if you have hopes in this sense. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.